Hey guys, this is Jagan signing up from Tech Tutor. In this video podcast, we're going to see how to test a simple web service using Cucumber Test Framework. That is BDD, right? To demonstrate the same, I would like to start with a simple web service app. Followed by that, I'll show you how to test the same thing with Cucumber Framework. To develop the application, I'm going to be using Eclipse IDE. So in Eclipse IDE, I have selected Java EE perspective, and I'm going to select create a dynamic web application. The server that I'm going to be using is GlassFish 4, and let me give us a name as Hello Web Service. Okay, and next, we'll do finish. So now we have a simple web application, and the server that we have selected is GlassFish 4. Okay, I'm going to select this src folder, and I'm going to create a package org.techtutor. Okay, and over here I would like to create a simple class. Let me call it as hello. Fine, and done. So here I would like to mark this class with web service annotation. Okay, and I would like to write a single function which returns string, and I would like to call the function as say hello, which is going to return hello tech tutor web service. That's it. And this particular method optionally you can decorate with web method. Okay, this tells the framework that this is a method that you would like to expose via web service. Okay, so the necessary import is also taken care. Okay, so far so good. So basically what we are going to do, we're going to select this application and then going to create a web service now. So go to other and look for web service. Okay, so we have this web service option. Over here we're going to select this web service option, and I'm going to say next. Over here we're going to browse and select the class that we just now created. Okay, for some reason it is coming in the back. Maybe I have to minimize this. Yes. Okay, I'm going to type org tech tutor. Okay, so this is the class we're going to select. Okay, this is selected, and let's move this here. Okay, we would like to use the full service, and we'll say next. And this is the method. It has already identified the web methods. Let's say finish. Okay, so that's it. We have already created a web service now. So what we're going to do is we're going to deploy this application into GlassFish 4. So for that I'm just going to select run as run on server. In fact, let's see if it is supposed to start the GlassFish. So let me choose always use the server when running this, and it is deployed. Let's say finish. So now we are supposed to see the console logs that comes from the GlassFish server. Let's see if it is getting deployed successfully. Okay, let's not worry about this particular error. So what we are going to check is we are going to check if we are able to access this web service in this URL. I'm going to select this and paste this. Let me choose http://localhost:/. Okay. let's see if we're able to launch the GlassFish over here. Okay, GlassFish 4 seems to be running. Let's check the admin console. Okay, and I've used the default credentials. Let me see if I'm able to log in. Yes, I'm able to log in, and the hello web service is also seems to be deployed. Okay, and over here we have this view endpoint. Fine. So we got the URL for the web service as well, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy this URL and I'm going to move on to the terminal. Basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to write a simple test application, right? Our web service is ready. All we need to do is just write a application which can test the same thing, right? So I have this empty folder. Let me create web service test app. Okay, so this is going to be a Maven based application. So I'm going to start with pom.xml file, project, and I'm going to create model version. It's going to be 4.0.0 model version. Okay, and give a group ID for your project. I'm going to give org tech tutor, which is my startup name, and artifact ID. I'm going to say hello web service test app. Right. Let's give some hyphen here. Web service test app. Okay. Let's close this artifact ID. Let's give some version. Okay. So we're going to add some dependencies that are required for to download the Cucumber jar files that are required. So the dependency, okay, the group ID of this jar file is info.cux group ID, and artifact ID of this jar is basically cucumber-java artifact ID, and version that we are going to use is 1.2.4. And the scope is basically this jar files are required during the test phase. So I'm going to choose the scope as test. Let me copy paste this. We need to include one more dependency for JUnit. Okay. So these are the two mandatory Cucumber jar files that are required for this project. Okay. Let's save this and let's see if this POM file is valid. Yeah, looks like all good so far. So let's create the directory src test java, and I'm going to be using package called org tech tutor. Okay, so as of now it looks like this. We have created a POM file and we have created the folder structure like this, and we're going to place the source code, the test code under this folder. So I'm going to start with a feature file, and I would like to call this feature file as hello web service dot feature. Okay, and I'm going to say feature. The feature is basically need to develop a hello web service. Okay, so and I'm going to give a scenario. I'm going to write a scenario. Okay, the scenario is launch hello web service in a browser. Okay, So the scenario is basically, it's a positive scenario. You can rephrase the scenario to give a better meaning. And for this test application, I'm really not bothered. Okay, so please bear with me. And I'm going to say given. So given the web service is running at URL http localhost 80:80 and hello web service, I guess, hello web service, hello service $WSDL. Okay, this is the URL. So given this happens when we invoke the say hello web service, then we expect a response hello web service tech tutor web service. Okay, that's it. This is the scenario that we would like to test. Now we are done with the feature file. We're going to write a test runner .java package org tech tutor public class test runner. Okay, this is going to be a marker class, right? Meaning it's not going to have anything. Just this is required for the framework to understand which test runner is going to be, we are going to be using to run the test cases, right? So basically we are going to be using Cucumber test runner class. So we are going to say run with cucumber dot class. There are various test runners available in JUnit. Basically you have this test categories, test suites. In similar way, we are going to run a Cucumber based test case, which JUnit is not aware. So Cucumber test runner is provided by our Cucumber framework. So we need to do the necessary imports. cucumber.api.junit cucumber. Then we are also going to be using Cucumber options. Basically this is used to indicate, to help Cucumber framework find where to locate the feature file. Okay, so we are saying that it can be found in the current directory. Wherever this test runner is found, in the same directory we have placed the feature file. In case you have placed the feature file in a different directory, you can give the path of the same thing here. Okay, and I'm going to be importing Cucumber API Cucumber options. That's it. Fine. So now I'm going to do a test, mvn test. Let's see what happens. Okay, we are getting some errors. Looks like the run with is not working. Okay, it's not getting recognized. Maybe I need to import some more. Yeah, I forgot to import this org junit runner dot run with. Okay, mvn test. Okay, we are good now. So basically we are getting some errors, of course. So the build is success, fine, but run 5 is failures are 0, it's fine. But the framework is basically saying that these steps are missing. Okay, so and above this, if you notice, so basically we have integrated Cucumber framework quite well. So that is why we are seeing these scenario steps, all that. We have written one scenario and 3 steps for the same thing. So this particular application seems to be recognizing those things. So what is missing is we are yet to define these steps. So I'm going to copy these steps. Okay, so I'm going to copy these steps, 3 steps, copy, and we're going to implement the steps file. So steps file also it's going to be a Java file, and I'm going to place the same thing in the same test directory where we have kept the test runner and feature files, all that. Okay, and it's also going to be package org tech tutor and public class steps. Okay, now I'm going to paste the same thing here. Done. If you want, you can format the same. Okay, done. So we need to do few more imports. Import cucumber.api.java en.given, then for when, one more for then. Okay, and of course we also need to import for this particular pending exception, which comes from this directory, pending exception. Okay, done. mvn test. Okay, so as expected, so basically the earlier we were getting some missing steps warnings. Now those warnings have gone. Now it is, as expected, it is throwing this exception called pending exception to do, right? Implement me. Basically we have not filled up the steps. So now we are ready to actually start the testing, right? Source. So I'm going to open the steps file. Okay, and we need JUnit for this purpose. So I'm going to be importing static org JUnit assert dot star. Okay, and at this point I'm going to delete these stuffs. Okay, done. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to generate the stub classes based on the WSL URL. Okay, I'm going to go to this test folder. Over here I'm going to use a tool called ws import and -keep, and I'm going to type the URL of the WSDL, localhost 8080, and the name of the web service is hello web service / hello service ? WSDL. If we have done it, we have typed it correctly, it is supposed to create the source code. Basically, if you look at this, earlier we had created only test runner class, steps class, and I guess we wrote the steps and of course the feature file. So these are the three things that we have created. But now if you look at after using this WS import, it has generated quite a lot of classes for us, right? So these are the classes that are essential for us to perform testing. I mean, if you want to test the web service, basically we have created all the stub files that are required to invoke the web service. Now let's see, let's open this org tech tutor hello service class Java file, just to get some idea, right? So it has auto generated all this code for us. This is just for your curiosity. I'm just opening this and then showing you. Normally we are not going to do any modification here, right? You're not supposed to do any modifications here. This is just to show you how this auto generated code looks like. Okay, so basically if you look at this, there is one interesting function here called get hello port, which seems to return the hello. So this is the same class that we wrote in the web service, right? Which we would like to perform testing. So all we need to do is we are going to create an instance of this particular hello service, which internally will communicate with the WSDL, and then or it will actually create an instance of the web service. We don't have to worry about all that, right? So we are just going to create an instance of this particular class, and we are going to call the get hello port method, which is going to return the hello object. Once we have this object, we can invoke the say hello method just like a regular local class in method invocation, right? That's all we are going to do. Okay, now I'm going to go to this particular steps file. Okay, so since the package of this steps file as well as the application is package are same, we don't have to do any special imports, right? In this case, in this scenario, if suppose your package differs from the application package, of course you have to do an import, which you might be aware already, right? Okay, so I'm going to declare a private variable called hello web service. I'll call it as service or whatever you want to call. You can initialize this to null, and I'm going to create hello object. This is the web service object or web service, whatever you want to call. Leave it like that. Okay, now we're going to look into this particular steps. The web service is running, right? So basically here I would like to do service equals new hello web service. I'm going to create an instance, and followed by I'm going to create the web service. You know that if you remember, service.get hello port. This will return the web service object. So now we are good to go. So basically in this step we are ensuring that we are assuming that the service is already up and running, and we have created the web service object here. And in this step we are going to invoke the say hello method. So before that I would like to declare a couple of strings here, str expected response, and one more called str actual response. Okay, so over here I'm going to say actual response equals web service dot say hello. That's it. And in the last step, this is where we're going to do the assert, right? So I'm going to say str expected response equals hello tech tutor web service. Done. And I'm going to call the assert equals str expected response comma str actual response. Fine. So let's see the code compiles. Okay, there seems to be some error. So the goal, okay, I think we are in the wrong directory. We need to go to the folder where we have the POM file. So we'll do the mvn test from here. Okay, looks like I have done some typos here. src test, the steps file, line number 15. It seems to expect some semicolon. Okay, I have typed something wrong here. mvn test. Okay, now we are getting a different error in line number 12. Cannot find symbol hello web service. Okay, we need to check okay, it's called hello service. Okay, fine. So we'll remove this hello service. We'll call it as hello service. Okay, fine. mvn test. Yeah, finally we have done. So basically the steps are test cases are passing now. Just to check, just to cross verify whether they are really passing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open this steps over here, and I'm going to add assert false. I'll say true here. Let's see what happens. This is supposed to fail, right? Yeah, it is failing, right? So basically this is just to show you that this is not a dummy test case, right? It is actually working as expected. Okay, so let me go there. Okay, so basically the assert equals will be true or success only if these two responses are matching. The actual response and the expected response are matching, only then this test case will pass. Just to show you that if one of the assert fails, I mean just to demonstrate that the build also will fail, so I just added that hard coded this one, I mean which definitely will fail, because we are saying assert true and then passing a false, or assert false and passing a true, so which is definitely not going to pass, right? So this proves, I guess this demonstrates you how to perform testing, how to test a web service using Cucumber framework. Okay, hope this was useful for you. So in case you have any queries, you can actually write comments, and if you like this video, you can actually say like and then subscribe to the YouTube channel. Thank you.